So this is a demo of the first product in our Frac ecosystem, right? The Fractional NFT Decentralized Exchange. So as you can see over here, this is actually what we call the Fractal Portal, right? The Fractal Portal. So this is totally Web 2 friendly. There's no Web 3 element. You just sign up with Facebook or Google, log in. Of course, there's dark and light mode, right? Everything is very wholesome. Then this is the place where the asset owner will actually list their assets, right? So they can actually click into this asset. Then they can take a look at the relevant documents which they have uploaded for this asset. They can look at the degree of fractionalization, what's the IO price. So IO stands for Initial Asset Offering. So it's like ICO. You have to initially offer the asset first, then people will buy into the initial sale like a pre-IPO, right? Then it will go into the secondary DEX for listing, right? Which we also have on our platform. So the IO, the Fractal Portal, is part of the DEX, right? It's one element of the DEX. So they can actually add their contract and all that, right? View requests. They can also see their revenue, redraw their revenue. Because when you list your asset, it's like pawning your asset at the pawn shop. Look at us as a Web3 pawn shop, right? So they can actually look at, what's their revenue, and they can redraw and all that, right? Then we move on to the IO portal, right? So the IO portal is where the traders or the users will take part in the initial asset offering for the first time. So this is the pre-IPO lah, per se. So let's say they are interested to buy the fractional NFT of this fan club. They click that, right? So they can see the participation period, right? They can actually view the specs of the asset, right? They can view the NFT as well, right? They can see all the relevant details. I think the most interesting part perhaps is this one, track asset now. So this is very interesting because I don't think you guys have ever seen a project that combines IoT with DeFi and NFTs, right? So you can see over here, this is actually live. This is a live stream of YouTube, right? You can see 14 February. And then most importantly, if you click on this, right, this is actually the Helium Explorer. For those of you who do not know, Helium is a layer 1 blockchain that focuses on IoT and GPS tracking. In other words, you are putting your GPS data onto the Helium blockchain. So it makes the data trustless. So for example, if I put it here, right, the hotspot name, Calm Spruce Peacock, right? And then I load the results, right? So you can click on that, right? And then what will happen is that you can see that the hotspot name and the gateway name for Helium matches, and you can see the activity, the nearby and statistics. So we have successfully linked this IoT element to the blockchain. And then over here you can see this is the asset live stream. No way to lie about it. This is YouTube live stream, right? You can even pull back to see the recording for the last 12 hours, right? Also, you can see over here, this is the historical data, right? You can see longitude, latitude, pitch and roll. So pitch and roll is the movement and sort of the positioning of the GPS device. So if the GPS device is moved in any way, it will cause a big change to the pitch and roll of the device, right? Finally, after people go through the IAO, they will come to the DEX for trading, right? So on the DEX, there will be trading and all that. So if you look at this, and if I go to this pair instead, I go to this pair instead, you can see that as they trade the fractional NFTs, right? What will happen is they can scroll over here, and they can also choose to track the asset right now, right? They can also choose to track the asset, right? So if they click on that, it will take them back to the same dashboard. But of course, this is a demo setup. So right now we are using the same stream for every asset. But of course, when we launch in about 2 weeks to 1 month's time, you will see a different live stream for each different asset. Alright guys, thanks Gao peeps. Thank you so much. That's all we have for today.